CrossFit athlete or for a coach. It's like, okay, how can we identify a good CrossFit athlete? And then so you can take it from like movement, okay, well how well they do at the CrossFit games obviously tells you. But what tests can we use? And I think more specifically, like what physiological testing? Like the question would be, if we sent them all to do a VO2 test, would that be a good indicator that they got CrossFit?
I think a test where you combine CrossFit with some kind of all-out VO2 max test is Macho Man, the workout.
Yeah.
Where you do a certain, it doesn't even have to be Macho Man, but you can do a certain amount of movements, mostly weightlifting in this case, always within a certain period of time, and then until exhaustion, and then see how far a person gets in a certain amount of rounds.
Using VO2.
You could use VO2, but even when you don't have access to VO2, the last man standing, like for example, death by a certain movement is a very good one, because then it's literally, actually it is a VO2 max test, just doing CrossFit style movements. And you see it in the gym. The people who gets the furthest are usually the best CrossFit athletes. They're the most efficient and they have the highest oxygen uptake, both. Because you can have a very high oxygen uptake, but actually not be efficient in your movements.
Do you think it'd be useful doing things like going so far as doing like muscle biopsies and things in order to determine whether some of the athletes?
Muscle biopsy certainly not, because it's going to be hard to determine in the lab. But actually now in Belgium there's a professor who can measure fiber typing just by doing an MRI scan. It's called muscle talent scan. And that's interesting. So he measures the amount of carnosin in the calf, and that's correlated to fast twitch fibers. So the higher carnosin, relatively, the higher type 2 fibers, so fast twitch fiber an athlete has. So that's quite interesting for more talent detection, I would say.
Yeah.
On the other hand, for CrossFit, potentially not really, because you're gonna have more mixed fiber type athletes, because you don't want to be too explosive, also not in CrossFit, I think.
So let's say a new athlete comes and you're like, okay, because for us to know how strong that athlete is, it's going to take a lot of period of time to build up the strength.
Yes.
What tests could we do at the start in order to have an idea of what the potential strength of that athlete could be?
They're busy or trying to have a batch of tests that correlates to explosivity of an athlete, so fiber typing. And you would assume that people with more fast twitch typology would have more chances of getting stronger compared to someone who is, let's say, a mixed type. It's not really out there yet. It means that you cannot just do a max broad jump and say this person is a fast twitch type person, because there's many factors playing here. All explosive movements, I would say, that is not correlated to something that you do in the gym, like for example a back squat. So high jump, fast jump, 30-second sprint on the bike, max power output on that one is a very good one as well. So those three, if you have very high numbers there, you likely have an athlete that is more strong from genetics.
You showed us a study how, like for example, improving someone's VO2.
Yes.
Where actually there was they kind of have like a dose response. You give them more,
yes,
and the more you give them, the more they respond and go through. Whereas with strength, it doesn't necessarily have that. So in the kind of like, there's more of like a genetic limiter in terms of strength potential than there is in conditioning potential.
Where does the X? First day. John is nervous. No, he's
Feels
not.
like day 7.
Feels like because it's 7 in the morning. Yeah. On left, him.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
For me, I prefer French.
Okay.
No.
Hello.
Speak German today.
No.
Français.
No.
You speak German, right?
Right.
Yeah, sure. Hey, how you doing? Manu.
Hey, how's it going? Those who don't know, my name's John. I actually started CrossFit in like 2007, 2008, and you know the sport was very different back then.
So, which test are we going to do? We are going to put them on the bike or some erg. We start at 70 watts, so it's intensity that is usually not really used in CrossFit. We usually use paces or whatever, but you can also put the settings at watts, starting at 70 watts for very easy, lightweight. And then we go up 30 watts increments every 3 minutes, without rest, until the person stops or cannot push around the pedals anymore. And this is a maximal test to exhaustion. We will measure lactate in the earlobe, in the venous blood, as well as near-infrared spectroscopy, meaning the oxygenation of the thigh muscle in this case. And then see if we get some interesting data about this.
Which conclusions shall we take from this?
Find the threshold power of the person. So that is the power at which the person can do, let's say, a longish workout, 25 to 30 minutes. This we can extract from this data, lactate as well as NIRS, and then that person can use that, of course, in their training. That's the whole purpose of this test. You can do this test in your own gym quite easily.
For the comeback, you know we the ones that ready for whatever. We gon' have to show them something, man. Let me see them hands.
So I'll show you. So I will ask you to simply strap it around your thigh without any pants below. I'm just going to show you with the pants. And then I will come by to show where it has to be on the vastus lateralis. You have,
yes, so I'm just curious about the metrics. I've never done this.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yes, you are a lineup.
Yeah.
it's easier to go higher wattage with this than with the concept 2, no problem. But that's okay. That's okay. Don't tell the others. Okay?
Yeah. Would you say?
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback? Now I see what you best.
260 already. Shit, too fast. It's really hard just to drive 60. It's like at the highway. Easy. I already got 5 calories.
Not slacking.
Slacking, oh shit.
You gon' figure that out. And I might have been down, not out. Only one thing I gotta know now. So are you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the? Are you ready for the comeback? You know we don't want that. Let me see them hands up all the way front back. Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
And this is from the Train Red.
Yeah, this is from Train Red. There's their app for iPhone is not on yet. So this is just like a prototype app. You can beautifully see everyone. So this is the girl who went earlier. She stopped earlier. Nice exponential phase at the end. So that's close to her threshold. And then you have a male 15 kilo more, and he can go much longer, obviously. And here is his threshold as well, like where my thumb is now. And then everyone is, and other people. So here as well. Here it's more difficult to find the threshold because at the end, in the latter stages, he didn't deoxygenate more. He just stayed at a very low level, which is something quite uncommon. Usually you keep going down, but this person did not. So here you cannot find really a threshold.
Why are you playing Steve for a happy birthday? Happy birthday.
Let's go with this. No, go shorty. It's your birthday. Attends.